All right, let's get after it. Tonight, we're diving into a story that's been quietly building just beneath the surface of the headlines. You see the headlines, you hear the noise. Every day, there's a new breakthrough, a new announcement, a new race to the top. For years, the story has been about microchips, about 5G, about space. We've watched as China has made headlines for its leaps in technology, for its ambitions in the stars, and for its dominance in the digital world. But what about the very thing that moves us? The engine. The heart of every vehicle, the unsung hero of our daily lives, quietly powering our journeys. While we've been focused elsewhere, a seismic shift has been happening, a revolution under the hood. It's not just about horsepower anymore, it's about intelligence, efficiency, and sustainability. The roar you're hearing isn't just coming from Detroit or Stuttgart anymore. The traditional powerhouses of the automotive world are facing a new challenger. There's a new sound echoing from the east. The hum of innovation, the pulse of progress, and the unmistakable energy of a nation on the move. China is rapidly emerging as a global leader in engine innovation, pushing the boundaries of what's possible. Their engineers are not just catching up, they're setting new standards, developing engines that are smarter, cleaner, and more powerful than ever before. This isn't about copying designs anymore. It's about record-breaking efficiency and a relentless drive to redefine mobility. Chinese automakers are now at the forefront, unveiling vehicles that challenge the very definition of what a car can be. So, what does this mean for you? For the global balance of power? For the future of how we move? The stakes are higher than ever, and the world is watching as the center of gravity in the automotive world begins to shift. Tonight, we break it down: metal, mechanics, and the minds behind this surge. We'll explore the breakthroughs, the challenges, and the fierce competition driving this new era. This is about power, progress, and a rivalry that will define the 21st century. The race is on, and the outcome will shape the way we live, work, and travel for generations to come. Let's start with a number that should get everyone's attention. A number that's quietly rewriting the rules of an entire industry and sending shockwaves through boardrooms and engineering labs around the world. 53.09%. It might sound like just another statistic, but in the world of heavy machinery and industrial engines, this is a figure that stands out like a beacon. That's not a stock market gain, it's a thermal efficiency rating. In other words, it's a measure of how much of the fuel's energy is actually turned into useful work, instead of being lost as heat. For decades, the best diesel engines hovered around 45 to 46%. That was the ceiling, the limit that even the most advanced manufacturers struggled to break through. Pushing past 50% was considered a monumental achievement, something that would take years of research, millions in investment, and a bit of luck. Then comes Weikai Power, a Chinese state-owned behemoth with a reputation for relentless innovation and a drive to lead the global market. In 2020, they hit 50.23%. The world took notice. Suddenly, the impossible seemed possible, and competitors everywhere were forced to rethink their strategies. But they weren't done. This year, they reached an unprecedented 53.09%. That's not just a new record, it's a leap forward that redefines what diesel engines can do. This isn't just a number, it means massive fuel savings for every truck, ship, or train that uses these engines. It means dramatic carbon reduction, cleaner air, and a fundamental competitive advantage for anyone who adopts this technology. The global supply chain runs on diesel, trucks, ships, trains, and more. Every percentage point of efficiency translates into billions of dollars saved and millions of tons of emissions avoided. An engine this efficient changes the economics of everything. Lower costs, less oil dependence, and a powerful tool in the fight against climate change. It's a game changer for logistics, transportation, and even national energy security. It gives China a real edge over its rivals, positioning the country as a leader not just in manufacturing, but in the technology that powers the world's commerce. So, how did they do it? How did Weikai achieve what others only dreamed of? While others were working on the problem, Weikai surged ahead, investing heavily in research, recruiting top talent, and refusing to accept the old limits. This wasn't luck. It was a deliberate, focused, and heavily funded strategy. Every step was calculated, every breakthrough built on years of groundwork and vision. And it's changing the game for everyone. The bar has been raised, and now the world is racing to catch up. All right, so we've talked diesel. But the revolution isn't just about combustion. The real battleground is hybrid technology. For years, the Toyota Prius was the gold standard. Now, Chinese automakers like BYD and Geely have redefined the hybrid. BYD's DMI Super Hybrid system is a masterpiece, a purpose-built engine with over 43% thermal efficiency. The engine rarely drives the wheels directly. It acts as a generator, letting the electric motors do the work. This means the engine always runs at peak efficiency, slashing fuel consumption to levels once thought impossible. Plug-in hybrids like the BYD Qin Plus DMI boast over 200 kilometers of range and fuel consumption as low as 3.8 liters per 100 kilometers. Performance, range, and efficiency, no longer a trade-off. The Chinese are proving you can have all three. If you think BYD is the only player, think again. Let's talk about Geely. Geely owns Volvo, Polestar, and Lotus, blending European engineering with massive R&D. Their Lycian, or Thor hybrid platform, is a statement of intent. The heart is a high-efficiency hybrid engine, but Geely's approach is modular and intelligent. It features the world's first mass-produced 3-speed dedicated hybrid transmission. This allows seamless integration of electric and gasoline power, always keeping the car in the most efficient gear. The system switches between electric, series, and parallel hybrid modes automatically. The result? Up to 40% less fuel consumption and performance that rivals much larger engines. Geely is rolling this out across its entire lineup, challenging global giants on their home turf. How did Chinese companies leapfrog decades of Western and Japanese R&D? The answer: government strategy. This is about a national, top-down industrial plan, Made in China 2025. The goal: transform China into a high-tech powerhouse, with new energy vehicles and advanced powertrains at the top of the list. Massive state subsidies, billions, have fueled companies like BYD, Geely, and battery giant CATL. This money builds research centers, gigafactories, and a huge domestic market that acts as a launchpad. It's a level of support Western companies can only dream of. But it's not just money. Aggressive policy targets for EV and hybrid sales force automakers to innovate or be left behind. The government invested in national charging infrastructure, removing barriers to EV adoption. Intense competition within China drives companies to improve faster. It's a state-guided capitalist crucible, forging world-class technology. And it's working. The big question: what is the American response? For decades, the US auto industry was king. But in the race for efficiency and advanced hybrids, we've been caught flat-footed. We focused on pure EVs. Tesla leads the charge. But did we underestimate hybrids? While we debated the all-electric future, China perfected the present with efficient, affordable, long-range hybrids. Now, American companies are playing catch-up. Ford's PowerBoost hybrid F-150 is capable, GM's Ultium platform is flexible, but both lag behind in advanced hybrid systems. The challenge isn't just better engines, it's securing the supply chain, from rare earths to batteries, where China dominates. The US has the Inflation Reduction Act to boost domestic manufacturing. But is it enough? The race is on, and the stakes are high. Technological leadership and economic security for the next generation. This is about more than market share. It's about the future. So, where does this all lead? The world stands at a crossroads, watching as the automotive landscape shifts beneath our feet. The changes we're witnessing aren't just about cars. They're about the future of technology, industry, and even global influence. The message is clear. A new power has arrived in the automotive world. Chinese automakers are no longer just catching up. They're setting the pace, rolling out vehicles that rival and sometimes surpass their Western counterparts in both innovation and affordability. These advancements aren't incremental, they're transformative. From cutting-edge battery technology to AI-powered driving systems, the leap forward is undeniable. It's not just about making cars better, it's about redefining what a car can be. They challenge assumptions about where the best technology comes from and force legacy automakers to rethink everything. Boardrooms across the globe are buzzing with urgent questions. How do we keep up? What must we change? The old playbook no longer applies. The dragon has not just awoken, it's breathing fire. This surge of innovation is as much cultural as it is technological, signaling a new era of confidence and ambition. This is a microcosm of a larger global competition: innovation, policy, supply chains, and shifting economic power. The race is no longer just about who builds the fastest car, but who shapes the future of mobility and the rules of the game. China's engine technology is the result of a focused, long-term strategy, and it's a direct challenge to American leadership. Years of investment, government support, and relentless ambition have brought China to the forefront. The question isn't whether we can stop it, but how we compete. Will the world respond with protectionism or with a new wave of creativity and collaboration? The answer will shape industries and economies for decades. Do we double down on innovation, protect our industries, or collaborate in an intertwined world? The choices made now will echo far beyond the factory floor, influencing geopolitics and daily life alike. The road ahead is uncertain, full of opportunity and risk. Every turn could bring new breakthroughs or unexpected challenges, and the destination is still unknown. One thing is certain: the engine's roar will define the 21st century, and many of those roars will have a distinctly Chinese accent. The world is listening, and the race has only just begun.